What happens with us young entrepreneurs is because you see someone who has been working tirelessly. Like, it's like starting this podcast and then I want to be better than you. Or I want to. Because it happens. You put it in your mind. You're like, you beat up yourself with anxiety. Oh my God. Why am I not being perfect? Why am I not being... Because I've seen it. I've seen it with my friends. And what I usually tell myself, because where I used to have a small shop at Boulevard, and because of Instagram, the picture of Instagram was so big, and when you come to my workplace, it was so small. Right. You're like, what? Like, people are not in SC. The place is hot. The place is really, really creepy. It's not creepy, but like, people are very uncomfortable where they are. Yet the expectations were where? Really high.
UG boy, let's talk to them. Let's talk, chicka, let's talk to them. Let's talk to them. Let's talk to them. Let's talk, chicka, let's talk to them. Yeah, I'm from a beautiful place, the Pearl of Africa. Hailing with a 256, it's in my blood. That's a gem where the mountains rise, with stories untold. The tapestry of cultures unfolding, so vibrant and bold. A symphony of stars, a celestial light. The drums beating, echoing through the night, just like a beacon of light. A reflection that's coming up from the Nile. I'm flowing straight into the heart of Africa, with timeless stories untold. What's up, Doug?
Elevate your podcast game today. Are you looking for a perfect place to record your podcast in Kampala? Look no further. Dansoft Studios, located at Ivory Plaza on Wilson Street, Level 3, Room 4, is a perfect place for you. Dansoft Studios has professional recording equipment, comfortable and creative environment, expert for all your podcast needs. Book your session today. Find them on all social media platforms or reach out to them directly to secure your spot. Let them make your podcast dream a reality. Dansoft Studios, where stories come to life. Before we dive into today's episode with my beautiful guest, amazing guest Santina, I want to thank the subscribers and the feedbacks that you guys have given me. I don't take these things for granted at all. Like seeing the love from the people and the work that I do. We started this journey a long time ago, and we believe that when we get better, better will find us. That has been always the motto of this podcast. And it's really cool to see that people are appreciating the conversations we're bringing. I want to thank each and everybody who has subscribed to the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. And if you have not subscribed to this podcast, please, this is an opportunity for you to join the family, support us. And the people who are leaving the feedback, I always love to share this feedback on my Instagram, my social media, because it means a lot to me. I like to hear how this podcast is impacting other people. And it also helps me to grow. If I see something that I need to improve from this feedback, I definitely going to put it in action so I can make this place a better place for everybody. Fun, educative, and inspiration. That's the goal of this podcast. And I'm really honored and humbled to see all these people coming through. The other thing, I want to shout out the Miss Uganda 256 podcast on YouTube. They had a clip that I'm going to put in here for you.
Ebintu ebirungi bina views ntono. Kino nkigamba.
Yeah.
Nga tuna recording nga Shane wa podcast je tulabye. The Ugandan Talk Boy something. In my opinion,
the Ugandan Boy Talk Show.
Eyo podcast yesinga mu ggwanga.
Yes.
Naye nga si yesinga ofuna views. Naye wotula wansi n'owuliriza the substance in the shows, it's powerful.
And the quality.
And the quality is high, the sound is good. Naye omuntu ffe bana Uganda we are obsessed with numbers. Afuna views mmeka. Views ezisukka 10,000. Views ezisukka 1,000. Therefore si w'amaanyi nedda. Ddayo olabe substance. Ddayo olabe what the person is doing.
The quality of work.
It really means a lot to me because when I was starting the podcast, I knew that it's a challenge to get views, to get numbers. But that wasn't my big focus when I was doing that. My focus was always to be better and bring quality work and information to the people. So shout out to the Miss Uganda 256 podcast for that beautiful message of talking about how my podcast is doing good and how we don't have many views, but we bring quality work. And that has been the goal. And that's not going to stop us. Whether the views come or they don't come, we're here to stay. We're going to keep growing and keep improving. So shout out to you guys. I really, really appreciate that. It means so much to me. and go check out their YouTube page. They do amazing work. It's a good content. They bring you news from Uganda and they share it on their page. I enjoy watching it. A big fan of you guys' work. So thank you very much. The other point I want to talk about was the bloggers, radio stations, and everybody in Uganda that use my content for their pages, TikTok, Instagram, social media, like cut out clips. When we do these podcasts, we tell people like, share, subscribe. We encourage people to pass on the word to other people. But when we say that, I would appreciate if we did it in a professional way. I can't stop people from sourcing my content because it means you liked it and you want other people to see it, which is okay. But I wish we did it more in a professional way, that if you get a clip from my YouTube, when you're going to put it on your TikTok, don't take out my logos to put in yours to make it your work. It is not your work. It will never be your work. Like, you can steal that clip, but you're not going to steal the person that's doing that work. So it will never be your work, no matter what. You're going to get the views and the likes, but it's not going to change anything about you. When you get a clip from my YouTube, put it on your TikTok, that's okay. In the caption, it doesn't hurt anybody to put video from the Ugandan Boy Talk Show, or even if you just put full episode to the Ugandan Boy Talk Show YouTube, or go find the YouTube there. When you put on your work and you don't add anything like that, and then instead you just slap in your logo, like stealing somebody's work, which you can report that and your channel will get closed, which I don't want. I don't want anybody, because I want all of us to work together. But it's disrespectful if you steal somebody's work, put it in your work and make it your own. It's not professional. And I know a lot of people in Uganda do that, and it seems fine, and that's a way of life now. But let's change that. When you use somebody's work, give them credit, because these people take time to bring those beautiful conversations that you love to have on your pages. It doesn't hurt anybody. You still get your likes, but also we'll grow together instead of just taking somebody's work, no credits, nothing. Let's do better. But on the same note, I want to highlight radio stations. Now, these are not bloggers. These are big radio stations. This is a radio station that is in Uganda, and the guests that I bring are in Uganda. What stops you from having those guests on your studio to have that information? Which is fine. It's okay to source somebody else. But what is not fine is sourcing wrong information, or sourcing the information and twisting it to make headlines. I'm not going to mention the radio station's name. If you want, you can comment their name below so they can get this information. It's laziness, and it's not professional for you to get somebody's work and change the narrative because you want to make headlines. And this is why a lot of people are switching away from live stream media to podcasts, because we give people an opportunity to sit down and talk, share their story authentically so you can hear it from their mouth. We're trying to kill this narrative of people saying words that are not true about these people when they can have an opportunity to talk. So if a big radio station does that and they call themselves a big radio station, it's disappointing. It's mind-blowing. You guys need to do better. And the management actually for that radio station needs to do better, because if you want to provide news to the people, if you want to change the country, we keep complaining our country is not changing, but those are the things that are keeping us behind. Reporting wrong things because you want likes, because you want clicks, and you want engagement. Let's do better, please. I ask you. The final one is a good one, inspiring. I happened to meet a young man called Isaac Kaiso. Isaac Kaiso got accepted in a school in the United States. And for those of you who know my story, my journey, I went through the same thing he's going through, where I wanted to do aviation, and I got an opportunity to come to the US to do aviation, and he's in the same journey. Right now, he's facing a challenge of finances, and he's been doing a GoFundMe page, which he wants people to come through, support him. So he has posted these videos on his TikTok. He shared his story on his TikTok. We'll put his TikTok in the description. If you feel touched to help this young man achieve his dream, he wants to be aerospace engineering, which actually is something that I do. I got an opportunity to talk to him about it and how my journey was. But if you feel that you want to help this young man in that, please reach out to him. I'm going to put his contact in here. He's working hard so he can attend the school that he got accepted in the United States. Let's lift a hand and help a brother achieve his dream. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to that long talk that I wanted to put upfront. I wanted to put some things out for the people to hear. But now let's get into our conversation with my special guest, Anshemeza Santina Sasha Akampa. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Why does it seem like we're gonna be laughing through this podcast? Paka.
The whole time, I promise you.
Anyway, welcome back to the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. And today's episode, it's been a long time coming. I think it's been literally a year in the making. And I'm joined by a woman whose courage, creativity, and faith have built multiple ventures. She's an entrepreneur, founder of SantinaUG, Sash Events, and Beyond the Blueprint UG. She's also a speaker and a former Miss Uganda Popularity 2019. A proud born-again Christian, the one and only Anshemeza Santina Akampa. I know I said that name wrong. That's why you're laughing, but still, Anshemeza.
No, I'm laughing at the whole introduction. Where did I get to all this?
I don't know. That's the thing though. Like some people, it's like sometimes I love it because it's a self-reflection. The people who have sat there, it's like, but like Anshemeza said, all that. Santina, finally, it's so good to have you here. We have been planning this for almost a year. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
How does it feel finally, like you're sitting here after a year of planning? A year.
I've been nervous. I've been thinking about it. I've been in between. I'm like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I? I'm shy. So you've been denying the fact that I'm shy. Yeah, but I keep saying I'll be fine. And finally we did. November is here.
So the part you're telling me I'm shy, but then I keep seeing you go to these interviews and I'm like, is she just avoiding me? Like she doesn't want to be on my podcast or what? Like that's
I know that's how it felt like. No, I'm not avoiding you. It's just the Santina brand comes out when I'm in those interviews. Then the normal shy Santina that wants to be behind the camera and not just show up sometimes kicks in. So yeah, I'm not refusing, but I finally made it. Yeah.
You touched on the part you're shy. There's no way and nothing can convince me that you're shy from what you do. Even when I tap into your interviews, like you on NBS the other day, you're on Next Media, and like you talk with authority and you talk with like determination. Like the words you say, you cannot add that. Like that and shy cannot be in one sentence.
They cannot be in the same sentence. I know, and my friends usually tell me that, but I feel like it's like an aura. Like it's like you've kicked in an aura in you when you're in front of the camera. You're different. Like you're speaking to people. You're addressing the public. So you cannot also be that you're quemolaring. You're on these ones. You have to speak your mind. What you have to say. Address what you have to say. And in a serious face, because what's wrong with this one, So you can't also go on such a platform, on a bigger platform like that, and, look funny.
Yeah.
But the shy part comes when I am away and I'm not on camera and I'm just by myself. Yeah. That aura just comes when I'm in front of the camera. The confidence, the command. Yeah.
You're one of the few people that I know that got to know that my podcast is actually remote. It's not in Uganda. When was the first time for you to notice, like, this guy is not here? Because I know we talked about you asking me, are you in Uganda yet? Because that's when you wanted to do the podcast, when I'm there. When was it for you when you realized that?
I was watching, I first got to know you from Zeta.
Okay.
The first time I followed you on Instagram. Then the time I realized, because I'm very critical when I'm watching interviews. So I saw most guests wearing headsets or AirPods, or those big headphones. And I'm like, okay, then I texted you. Then I'm like, why do your guests wear headsets? Because you look like you're in the same space, you're in the same studio. Then also their body language always looks like they're looking at someone. So that's when I was like, that's when I asked you. Then you're like, no, I'm not around.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, makes much more sense. But me, I will wait when you're here.
Yeah.
I remember us talking about it the whole time.
That was always your excuse. I wait when you're here. But then I was like, I can't wait anymore. And especially, I had plans of coming to Uganda this month. So that's when I wanted to do it, because we had talked about that. But when I realized like it's not going to happen, I really still wanted to have you on the podcast. So that's why I was let's just do this. This segment we are doing right now, we're already doing, it's called Talk and Talk. This is when we talk about gist and just anything that I've thought about when we're preparing for this recording. One of the things that stood out to me was I do this thing of like asking my guests their favorite drink, and then I provide it for them while we do the recording. And when I asked you yours, you picked milk. What's your obsession with milk? And then I also noticed that was your kind of champagne on your wedding. Like, tell me about the obsession with milk.
So for someone who doesn't know, definitely me, I don't want to take for granted that someone knows me. I come from the West. My name is Anshemeza, so I definitely come from the West. And I would call staple food is literally milk or any other food. So I grew up drinking milk as literally like tea, milk, fresh milk, any types of yogurt, ghee, everything milk. And that's what I grew up knowing because I grew up from the village. So coming to Kampala, I didn't know any other drink. So it has grown to be my favorite drink of all time. So when you asked me, I'm like, oh, he actually gives drinks to his guests. I was so excited. And I'm like, why not? I want a glass of fresh milk. I'll be good to go.
Yeah, no, that was good.
You asked me about the wedding. The wedding, I don't drink alcohol.
Okay.
So, and my husband drinks a little bit. So I was in between taking alcohol for the first time and not taking it at all. So what I did, and gladly, I had a chanzi. A chanzi is like the pot milk for us, for the Banyankole. I had it on the high table. So what I did, I just told my maid of honor, please help me bring that a chanzi. And I do that doing things. So it was a bit, I don't want to say unique. I didn't plan it. I just didn't drink alcohol at the time. And I felt like that was easier for me because the both of us take milk. Yeah, that was it.
Small things like that, like they stand out to me. I really, really like it and I want to talk about it. Anyway, this next part is there are some pictures that I wanted. And I promised you, like when I have you on my podcast, I'm going to bring this picture that we're going to talk about.
Where did you get these pictures from?
So you have a picture there, and I want you to just
to me.
Please, talk about it.
I didn't even need. I've seen it.
Tell me what was going on in the picture and how it means to you.
So besides being like on social media, I have another. Like my friends' family know I'm so like I am an actual comedian. I don't call myself that, but I'm a very, very free
natural.
person. So in lockdown, we're very bored, and we were very bored. Honestly, that's the truth. We didn't have anything to do, so I was just out of the blue, and I told my dad I want to wear like how you guys used to dress long ago, and he's like, "Are you okay?" So I got his blazer, his old belt, his pants, then shoes. Then I started posing because we used to have albums and see how these pictures were taken long ago. Then I posed like him and we took pictures and we posted them on the internet. Oh my goodness. After lockdown, I came back to Kampala and my friends had these screenshots. And now I'm in my body era. And then they're showing me these pictures. I'm like, guys, no, that's not me.
What is my body era?
I'm like, no, guys. When I'm in my CEO era, I'm like, guys, no, that's not me. That's not me. But yeah, I was young. I was just trying out things that are just so stupid and cute. I find it so cute. I am very authentic. I don't hide who I am and where I come from. Yeah, that's the picture.
That's why it stood out to me because I got to know you in your CEO era, like you say, your body era. So when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is Santina's other side. It was crazy to see that. That was funny. The other one, hold up, I actually had it. Where did I put it? It's actually, I asked you for this one because I saw it and I thought it was funny. But the audio of it was the funniest.
Yes, mukasira katulekedde ekyatulese olwaleero oba nagamba sira bafije gye nyanga bulijjo era nga tugenda kolekera mugo gwa sinema tugenda kolekera kapya.
Yeah.
Tell me about the picture and why you chose the audio.
Before I even explain the audio, I'm such naturally a very, I don't want to say funny person. I just laugh a lot and I'm always cracking jokes. I don't take anything serious, apart from maybe my job.
Yeah.
I don't take anything serious. So this day, we had been in Dubai for my anniversary for a whole week. So I had to shoot content for Beyond the Blueprint because time was running out. And then on Saturday, I tell my husband, I'm like, I have an idea. I think we don't need to go to all the offices. How about we actually go to Nakasero Market and do and And like not only show to the big companies, how about we actually go down to the Umuntu wa Wansi, yeah? So we go to Nakasero, then. So what happens on Saturday, my hair was all nice, what. So I leave home without him knowing. So when I reach, I reach and call him. I'm like, babe, I've reached Nakasero. He's like, when did you reach? We just talked about it in the morning. I'm like, yeah, that's how I am. He's like, my goodness. So when we reached that, it's raining badly. And the ladies, I was talking to them, trying to ask them, please, muziki zengende ku camera yamwe, see those things. Gladly they did. So when I asked her for the picture, the first sound that Snapchat sound that came to my mind was that sound. It was just so funny. Like as if I wasn't on a vacation looking fly. Somehow I'm in the market, it's raining. It was just such a mess and such a perfect audio for it. Yeah, that's why I chose that audio.
I picked those two pictures because there's many people like me out there that know you in the CEO era. Like, what they don't know the side part of it. And when I get a guest on the podcast, I like to pick out those points that there's a lot of people who don't know that side, and maybe they'll appreciate to hear that side of you. It's really funny, and that cracks me up. When you say like you're funny and a comedian on the side, I definitely agree, because of the small conversation we've had here and there, and the things you do is just like super, super funny. Anyway,
yeah.
On the podcast, we have about 4 segments that we do. We walk through. The first one is a fun segment to break the ice. But I always tell people that I create this segment, but by the time we get to this segment, the ice has already been broken. There's one guest that told me, Kampala is so hot. By the time I get to this chair, the ice is already broken. You can't even have ice. It's already hot.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This is called This or That. This or That is where I ask you 2 things. You're going to pick one and then you drop the other. Feel free to explain why you're picking that and dropping the other. Or feel free to say, I don't really have an explanation for that. That's my answer. And we won't ask no questions.
Okay.
Bridal gowns or event decor?
I would do bridal gowns by far.
Yeah.
No offense to decoration, but I find, because I am obsessed with clothing. I'm obsessed with fashion. So definitely, when I reached here, I was from fitting brides. The excitement of someone wearing their dream wedding gown, it's priceless. And no shade to decoration, but I'm not an expert in that. So by far, bridal gowns, yeah.
I've seen your work of people modeling the gowns, and it's been amazing. It's crazy how you guys do it. It's put so much respect on that. So, and I think we're going to talk about it a little bit here. Instagram or TikTok?
TikTok, 150%.
Yeah. Is it because TikTok is more funny?
Funniest.
Yeah, that's. I knew, because I was just saying, is it because TikTok is funny?
TikTok is the funniest app ever. Like I can cry, I can tear while watching a TikTok video, and their comments, like the comment section, I would roll. Instagram is such a trap. You have to be perfect. I hate it. I can't wait to get off Instagram. I can't wait to lose that app in my phone. I can't wait to be rich and get off Instagram. It gives me pressure. It gives me anxiety. The ounce of it, like, oh my goodness. Instagram? No, because the picture has to be perfect. The video, I can't post the picture when I don't have makeup on. Jesus Christ, you have put perfect work on Instagram. I hate Instagram. I love the fact that it has brought me clients by far. Like, I'm so grateful. But if I were to choose between Instagram and TikTok, thank you for bringing TikTok in my life. It takes all my stress away.
I think 100% of the guests that I've asked this question, TikTok. It's so easy. Like, you don't have to work so hard. You just put up a video and then you get like. They pay very well. I know Ugandans don't get paid from TikTok, but like for people who get paid, like it's not hard. Like it's just put up a video and then you get your views, engagement.
I don't know how to do content creation, but for those who do, I just love watching other people's content. It gives me joy.
By the way, I meant to mention at the beginning, it skipped my head or something distracted me. Your dress looks really, really beautiful. You look amazing. So I had to say that.
Thank you. It's actually a 2-piece. Thank you so much.
Did you make that?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it today.
Let's go.
While I was fitting.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. I have an event after here. So I was like, in the morning when I was going to do bridal fittings and stuff, I just put it in my head. I'm like, I think I should put like a flower here, then the hair. Then I finished it when I was coming. Yeah. So when I was calling you, I was actually dressing up. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, that looks good. Faith talk or business talk?
I think faith. Yeah. Faith. I would talk about God anytime, any day. Business will come in later.
Coffee meeting or phone call?
A coffee meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to see your fresh expressions. What if it's a deal, or what if it's you're an investor and I want to pitch my business to you? I need to see your body language. I need to hear your pitch. I need to know what you're thinking. When someone is in close proximity with you, it becomes very much easier to understand. On a phone call, a little bit. I love phone calls, but
That's why you kept turning down my podcast, because you wanted it to be in person, not over.
yeah, because
technology.
you see when I see it,
Yeah.
conversation is a bit different. Yeah.
Late night brainstorming or early morning prayer?
Depends what I'm doing in the night.
Yeah.
I create more when I'm going to sleep. The first 30 minutes after prayer in the night, it's when I'm thinking, what outfit, what bridal gown am I going to create? What event am I coming up with? What new business? Usually I think more when I'm going to sleep. Usually I'm tired, but I prefer it. But because in the morning, I'm in a rush. I'm praying, then getting out to the bathroom. So late night.
That was our this or that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Or if you did enjoy it, that's all. They're not really hard questions, are they? People get scared. They're
Okay.
So we can work with that. But this next segment is where we get into your journey, your story, things you've done, you've achieved,
Okay.
and just break it down. But I want to start from the beginning. For those hearing about SantinaUG for the first time,
For the first time.
what inspired you
Yeah.
to start the bridal business? And I know we touched about you were just doing the business. What inspired that?
Before I started the bridal, I did couture. I'm actually doing the both of them.
Okay.
But I think for you got to know me when I was doing bridal, because that was this year, right?
Yeah.
Bridal was my wedding. I wedded in 2023, and I didn't know. I was very passionate about dressing people and kubakolilengo naturally,
Mhm.
but then I didn't know how I should how I should join the bridal industry, because the bridal industry is really hard and you need a lot of confidence, a lot of courage, a lot of knowledge, because you're dressing someone for their big day. So after the experience I'd gone through with my wedding, I was like, Santina, how about you try bridal? If it fails, well and good. Yeah. So last year in 2024, I launched the Beleza and launched Santina, but the bridal, I launched the bridal side. Couture was last year. So this year, when I shifted Forest Mall, I was like, let me try bridal. If it fails, and I reached out to the different designers like Dina Vance, Quesh, Strad Bridal. I love to reach out to these fashion designers because they're better than you at the end of the day. I reached out to Fatuma. I reached out to most fashion designers, honestly. So I was like, I told myself, if I try 3-4 gowns and it doesn't make sense, I will remain in couture. I will remain in just making other outfits. But then it worked out. I did the first bride, my friend Lisa. I did my second bride, Rosette. I did my third bride. And the feedback was really not as disappointing as I thought, because I was so scared. And yeah, I started last year in November, and then went to Turkey, brought wedding gowns, now they're already made, and launched it online. And then this year I launched it physically, the physical location for it. Yeah, my wedding really inspired me.
It's really amazing when I see the pictures that you post for those people trying them out, people like you celebrating or sharing. Did you dress Gloria?
No, I didn't. Dina Vance did on her wedding. I dressed the bridesmaids.
Okay, all right, yeah. But no, just seeing people dressed up in your designs and all that, it's amazing to see. It's really great work.
Yes, it is. Thanks.
Up to this point, even from your introduction, you're juggling Sash Events, you're juggling SantinaUG, and now this year, beyond the Blueprint UG. What keeps you grounded, in the middle of all that, to be able to do all that stuff? I
think you plan for the year. I usually do annual planning, and then I'm between March and this month, I'm gonna be doing this, unless otherwise things change.
Yeah.
But usually I will plan between probably September and this. If it's a boring month and maybe you're not working somewhere, you can be doing something else. So you plan it as a founder of God forbid, I don't call my business as small, but as a founder, as a starter, you're starting different things at the same time, but at the same time you're trying to stay you're trying to stay true to yourself, and also be married or do something personal with you. So you plan, you know how to balance the two. You're either with your friends, or you're at work. Today it's for Sash Events, or I have an event in the evening. But before the day, the event, in the morning, I'll write down my program and be like, okay, today I'm going to be at Beleza. I have this fitting. I have this outfit I'm supposed to buy. There's this fabric I'm supposed to buy. Between 5 and 6, there's a Sash Events I'm supposed to be at. My ushers will be there in time. So you plan. And planning helps not to be disorganized, not to be on pressure, not to be doing the unnecessary things in between. So you plan to how to cover the three of them. The new one is really not so much, but the other two that I've done for the last 3 years. Yeah.
One of the people that I look up to is Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a very hardworking guy. Like, he's a comedian. He has all these things going. And in my head, I'm like, how does he manage? I mean, he has a lot of money, so he can do whatever he wants. But like, it takes determination to do all that. And a lot of people have asked me, hey, you have a family, my full-time job is an aircraft mechanic. So I do that, and then you do a podcast. Like, how do you manage all that? But yeah, planning. Actually, I plan, like, I know I'm going to be recording a podcast on Saturday.
See?
I'm going to edit it. So you make it work, and it actually comes out seamlessly. And like, once you have the plan, so definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When did you realize like entrepreneurship was calling you and not just something you were trying?
I think that's a very good question, actually. No one has asked me those questions. I think, and before I answer, I feel like entrepreneurship is not for everyone, and it's okay.
Yeah.
There are people who are very good at serving organizations, and they are very smart at serving organizations and making them better. Then there are actual entrepreneurs, there are risk takers. Now there's that category. How did I know, or when did I know? I can't know the specific time, but after uni, and then I used to escape home work. I worked at Javas. I worked at different restaurants, 2K restaurant. I was a waitress so many times. Okay. But then later, I realized everything I touched, let me say, because I didn't know I was known on Instagram then, 2022, until every time I would wear an outfit and post on Instagram, I get the person 1,000 clients. And I'm like, wait, people believe in what I wear? People believe in the hair plaited? I didn't think it was that deep. My friends, strangers, family, friends of friends. So they kept on reaching out to me. I'm like, how about I start? But you see, with entrepreneurship, you have to know what you as an individual loves. Like, self-discovery part of it comes in. And then, are you a risk taker? Because entrepreneurship is definitely risk.
100%.
Can you manage risk? Yeah, you have to know. If I've risked to start something like this, how long am I going to take to earn from it or anything? So when did I discover that? It was around 2022, after realizing I was getting my friends so many clients. I would plait hair, and then my friends are asking me. I would do my nails, just simple nails. And my friends are asking me. I'm like, guys, why don't I start something of myself? Then that's when I started Sash Events, the ushering agency. And I didn't think it would work out, but I didn't know how the business was running at the time. They would give me my money, I go and pay hostel. They give me my money, I buy outfits. So I wasn't running an actual business. Yeah. Then when the thought of now starting the clothing line, the SantinaUG thing started now coming in, hitting hard, I'm like, wait, I'm going to be a business person, but I don't even have a bank account.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I had never, the only time I've entered the bank was probably thinking my tuition. Yeah. I didn't have a personal account. I didn't know anything, So it started hitting me like, oh my God, I'm going to start my business, but I didn't know how to run it. I knew I'll just tailor your clothes, whether you pay me or not. Yeah, I've tailored your clothes. I'm going to post on my Instagram. Yeah. So the business part of it kept on coming because I now started doing research. I started now watching YouTube videos, asking people, researching here and there. And I was like, oh, I think I'm an entrepreneur now. It makes more sense.
Yeah. It's really crazy, like listening to other people's story and trying to apply it in your personal life, because I never went to school for journalism. Like, I've never even taken a course for journalism, but I loved conversation. Yeah. I wanted a podcast. I wanted to sit down and talk to people. And I had to teach myself these things. Like, how do you do a conversation? How do you interview people? And I watch other people. I do this, I do this. So then I apply it to that. So like, it's crazy how something can come up. It's just, you try and just learn on the job, like as you go, and just teach yourself these things. And
I am an actual, the most naive, innocent, you don't know anything. That was me. It's like you've gone into a military course when you're an amateur. That's how I started. I didn't know how to tailor. I didn't know money. I didn't know how much you're supposed to charge someone. I didn't know how you're supposed to keep it. I didn't know how to locate. I didn't know location. I didn't know social media. I didn't know marketing. I didn't know. Jesus Christ. When I got to know all these things later, I'm like, what was I doing the last whole year? What was I doing? So entrepreneurship is just, it's like talent. You just find yourself singing. You just find yourself an artist. Yeah. So I thank God gave me that spirit of entrepreneurship. Yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned from launching Santina last year? SantinaUG.
Stay humble.
Mm-hmm.
Stay grounded, and try as much as possible not to ever compare yourself with the people who have been there, because that's what social media does.
Yeah.
You will see a fashion designer has been in the business for 20 years. Anita Brill is a perfect example, like Dina Vance. These guys have been in the business for 15 years. And what a young designer like me would do, I've come on the market, I'm new, I don't know anything, I'm trying to figure out my clientele. But somehow, I put it in my head that I'm supposed to be like those people, and which is very impossible. So what lesson have I told myself? Work as much as possible to increase your skill set, what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're doing. Stay grounded and be patient. That anytime you'll be like the people that you admire, even better than them.
Right.
What happens with us young entrepreneurs is because you see someone who has been working tirelessly, like it's like starting this podcast, and then I want to be better than you, or I want to, because it happens.
Mm-hmm.
You put it in your mind. You're like, you beat up yourself with anxiety. Oh my God, why am I not being perfect? Why am I not being... Because I've seen it. I've seen it with my friends. And what I usually tell myself, because where I was, I used to have a small shop at Boulevard, and because of Instagram, the picture of Instagram was so big, and when you come to my workplace, it was so small.
Right.
You're like, what? Like, people are not in SC. The place is hot. The place is really, really creepy. It's not creepy, but like people are very uncomfortable where they are. Yet the expectations were really high. So what lesson have I learned the whole of last year, before even we kicked in this year, was, Santina, be authentic, be grounded, be humble, be patient, increase your skill set, increase your, research.
Mm-hmm.
Do so much research about what you do, as in fashion and design. If it means attending fashion shows, if it means looking out for new fabrics, if it means traveling and looking for investors, do that. But don't beat up yourself for not reaching where the rest of the people are.
That's deep right there.
There are very many lessons, but I think that has helped me not to put pressure on myself to be...
That is deep right there, because even somebody who is not in entrepreneurship, you can borrow the wisdom right there. And I would just say, like, from my podcast too, when I started it, I was like, there's a lot of people who are doing amazing work, like people like on YouTube everywhere. And I love it. I love to see it. It gives me, like, set your goals. See, I want to do this. I want to improve that. But while you're doing that, I focus on being better. Like, you cannot claim views when you're not better. Like, I have this say that I say, be better and better will find you. Like, when you try to improve yourself. So yeah, that's something I stick in the back of my head. But now this brings us to Beyond the Blueprint, which is something you've been promoting ever since we've seen the panel list that's already out. If you have not seen it, check out Santina's Instagram. People who are going to be speaking are on there. What's the vision behind it, and why did you feel like this was the right time for it to start?
Interesting. It's also a very good question. So I don't take you serious, but today I'm taking you serious. God. Okay. So anyway, I know you're a serious champ. So when did it start? Last year I was celebrating 1 year in business. I was a baby. I had started putting my work out there. I was trying to put my designs, and people were welcoming them. However perfect they were, people were still appreciating them and reaching out to make them outfits. So this year, when it was starting, I told myself, what can I do to help a university student who has just finished uni, to help them start something of their own without having to look for the job? So around February, I was in the shifting process from Boulevard to Forest Mall. Vimanyi shifting. It was really exhausting. School said reaching out. They said my email is on my Instagram bio. So they sent me. They said send emails how I should speak to students, UCU, MOBS, then Gayaza High School. And I'm not trying to self-deprecate myself. The truth is that I didn't know what I was going to say about entrepreneurship. Yeah, and I didn't know I had branded myself that way on Instagram. I thought it was just me, Santina, trying to post my work. You come and support me. But I didn't know people had highly thought about me, which I appreciate and thank God for. So when Gayaza called me, I'm like, guys, what? That's a school we all looked up to, to speak these young girls. I one day around March after launching, I told my husband, how about, and I used to watch a lot of Charlie Kirk. So I used to watch most of his interviews. So fast forward, he had a movement for politics and youth and what, and like teaching them about entrepreneurship, teaching them about politics, opening their eyes just in general. He used to go to schools, he used to go to do rallies, conferences. Omumani, for those who know him. Yeah. He died though, sorry. So I used to watch a lot of his videos. So I'm like, how about I start such a movement in Uganda, but how about it's not politics, it's just strictly entrepreneurship. I don't know so much and I don't know anything yet because I'm crying out loud, I'm just a year old. How about I use my Instagram platform that I use because so many people started reaching out thinking I knew. Yes, I can tell you my personal journey. Yes, if it can help, perfect. But how about I use the platform and the connections and the network that I have to impact all of us.
Right.
So when schools started reaching out, then people would come to me and be like, Santina, I'm trying to start this business. How do I start? Structure, business proposal. I'm like, guys, I did not start my business with a business proposal. I don't even know how that looks like. I don't know anything about it's my husband who's an accountant, so he knows those things. I have no idea. I'm like, guys, me, I don't call myself a hustler, God forbid, but like a typical hustler was being downtown and like killed it. So I don't know business proposal. People would come and, can you write me a business proposal? I'm trying to reach out this guy and I'm like, me, all I know is you enter a shop, pay for rent, and start. That's all I know. So I don't know the formula. I don't know how much money I need to start a business. Nothing. So fast forward, not to prolong the conversation, I told my spouse I was like, you know what, how about I start this movement? It's like, but Santina, you don't like being out there. How are you going to do that? Unless it's going to be audio. Because you don't like speaking to people. I'm like, no. I think I've just realized it's my calling because 100 people cannot reach out to me every time thinking I have something to offer about entrepreneurship, yet I'm not well conversed with it, Right. He's like, okay, cool. So how about start looking for the name? Blueprint. We started with Blueprint, just Blueprint. And then time every day he'll be like, have you gotten the name? Have you gotten the name? Have you gotten the name? That was like around April, May. I reached out to my mentor. I told him I need to reach out to NBS to give me a platform for it. Before I run all this thing, I wanted to mention something about mentorship. When I was starting Santina last year, but one, I was like, I wish I had a mentor. And I said it in my NBS interview, and I'm not kidding, I swear to God. I wish I had someone who had advised me on what to do correctly. That kind of helps you to start in the correct way. You remember the person who was selling you the business proposal, the business account, all those things. I wish someone had told me earlier because the mistakes I did in the first year are crazy. So what I did, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do all these mistakes and I'm still doing them because I'm sure people who have been there for 10 years are still doing them. But they cannot be the same as someone who does not have a mentorship program or like a mentor or someone better than them. So I was like, I start a movement. Yeah. And I'm not saying they're not business platforms or entrepreneurship platforms in Uganda. They're here, of course. There's so many. But beyond was a bit personal because I need to hear your story while I watch it. Yeah. I need to go to your workplace and film what you actually do. If you say you produce just a milk, how do you produce it? Yeah. If someone has supplied milk to you, this milk that you brought to me, how do you process it to the end where you do service delivery with to the people? That is what I wanted. Then after we can go into your entrepreneurship story or journey, there I will learn. But I need to know how your product is also produced. So to me, it was an idea that kept on growing because of the challenges I was facing, to now finding the name, to now reaching out to sponsors, to now reaching out to speakers of the launch in November, then to now reaching out the media house. I was glad Ken was like, he was okay with it. God bless him. So that's how Beyond was built. It has been a journey of like 6 months of trying to figure out what do I do with it, how do I present it to the public, how not for it not to be ordinary, how not to sound like any other motivational speakers, not to. I want actual stories from founders, from their perspective of how they've actually built this business from their blueprint to where they are now.
It's really amazing. And when I saw you announce it earlier, I think last month or something, I was super, super excited.
Yeah.
And two things came in my head. So this is a shy person. She's starting a whole platform, but she keeps saying, I'm shy.
I know.
And that was like a nail in the head. Like, yeah, I don't want to be there. I don't want to do a podcast with you. I'm going to show it to you in your face. No, I just didn't do that. I was super, super excited. And I like to give my guests like time. I respect what the feedback they tell me. If I ask somebody, I want you on a podcast, I want it to be like within themselves, be like, okay, I'm going to do it. Because when they do that, you have a seamless conversation. I never want to force somebody to sit on the mic. Like if somebody says no, I just take that. But I'm glad that we're doing it even now, because if we did it then, we wouldn't have blueprint. We wouldn't have these things to talk about. So that's why I trust in God's timing. And that has evolved, like has showed itself. Like even Baby Gloria, I messaged her back in 2022. That I had already said a podcast, but it was like a long time ago. She didn't see my messages. And like sometimes when she says she had seen it, but then she got to the podcast this last weekend, and it was a perfect time because she had done all these things in her life. She just got married. So we had a conversation to talk about.
She had a lot to talk about.
And it came at the perfect timing. Like people enjoyed her conversation and it was beautiful. So that's a confirmation of God's timing. Like anytime the time happens, that's when it was supposed to happen.
He always has the best plans. Yeah. Jeremiah 11, something.
29:11,
talks of 29:11. Yeah. It always talks about God's plans. They're always the perfect timing. Yeah.
How can people be part of Beyond the Blueprint when it launches in November this month?
How can they? I'm finding difficult with this link. I'm about to share my WhatsApp number because there is a link. People have reached out. There are like 500 people who have reached out on this link. They just tap and they don't finish the transaction. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Is it for to buy the tickets and stuff?
Yeah, it's for buying the tickets. But also what I want to communicate better is Beyond the Blueprint is not an event tomorrow. No. I'm just launching the platform of so many amazing things ahead of us. It will keep building because now it's in its baby stages. Why I launched it, I didn't want it to just wake up one morning on Instagram and say, pew, this is Beyond the Blueprint, like what I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it, get a platform, like get a launch, a physical day where entrepreneurs still meet, talk about, share, network. Then later we can do so many things with it. So it's not an event. It's an actual entrepreneurship platform.
Sure, entrepreneurship platform.
Yeah, but how can they? There's a link in my bio. But I'm going to share both my numbers where someone can pay and call to confirm. Mm-hmm. Because the number is the people are few. The people who are supposed to, the room is very small at 4 points. So that's why. So do I share the number?
If you want to, yeah, you can share it.
Okay. My personal number.
Wow, you're going to give your personal number to the world?
Yeah,
wow.
I don't mind. I'm a businesswoman.
Okay, so let's do it.
Anytime. What if an investor is watching me?
Okay.
Yeah. 0759 33 48 21. And my MTN number is 07 80540265. So you can reach out, call me, and I direct you how to pay. I'll be very grateful.
Don't call beyond 10
The tickets
PM.
are 100.
Oh, sorry.
Don't call beyond 10. Sorry. The tickets are 100,000, one person, and 6 people per table. This money is entirely for food and just comfortability, nothing else.
Man, I wish I was in Uganda. I would have come for the food. Yeah.
I think you should. There are people who are calling me, is there food? I'm like, yes, it is. I'm like, wow, imagine.
Anyway, that's Blueprint, and super excited for that, for the entrepreneurship.
Thank
Like that's
you.
one thing that we really need in Uganda, to educate ourselves. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that we need to rectify in this generation that we grew up seeing differently. I've been struggling with teaching people about how to use somebody's content. And that's one of the announcements I put on first. Like, I appreciate when people love the conversation, share them on their TikTok. But how do you professionally do it to give the credit back to the source? Things like that. People don't know. They just get your content, throw on their logos, and then they put on TikTok. And just some people are changing narratives and stuff, which is really wrong too. But yeah, there's a lot of things that we need to do to help our country and make it a better place. Santina, I also remember watching an interview of you recently you just did on Next Radio. And there's something you said that really caught my attention. You mentioned, and on quotes, especially the boys, when they ask you to, I think the host was asking you, what advice would you give to a young boy and a young girl? And then you say, especially the boys. You focus more on the boys, and you said, I feel like boys are always left out. There are so many women groups and circles, but you rarely hear about a guy thing in Uganda. That was really powerful, but I also noticed that you didn't really get enough time to dip into it. And I would love for us to talk about it for a moment. What was going on in your head when you brought that up?
I have 5 brothers. We are 10 kids at home from a very humble family. I have 5 brothers. So I think it's part of growing up. You get to see everyone concentrates on the girl. Everyone at home is concentrating on how the girl is okay, she's sick. And I'm not saying my dad didn't take care of the boys. He was their friends. But then you grow up, as you grow up, like understanding, you start to think of how these people are actually left out. In my village, where I come from, Churuhura, there are more of girls' schools than boys' schools. So when I went for Miss Uganda, I realized all our causes, all our the things we had gone to present to the Miss Uganda platform were about women. Teenage pregnancies, which I'm not saying they're not there. I don't know. Education, all these challenges, violence, all these things women face. And I'm not saying they're not there. But have you thought how many problems marriages have now, or how many problems the country has now? Because the boy child has been left out in character development, number 1. Education. Just being as a man. Do you know a kid wakes up as a boy from teenage? Because I'm going to give birth anyway. What if I give birth to a boy? You understand? A kid wakes up and they're born. I'm talking about a boy. They're born. They go to school. They're visited like any other child. Teenagers. They go through adolescence. They come now to their 20s. It's ending. They're done with university. Meanwhile, at university, they are dating. They are seeing young girls they like. These young girls expect them to have money. Where do you expect this young boy to get money from? After university, they are supposed to figure it out to go and look for a job. Mind you, if I came to a company today, they will by far prefer taking over a girl. Why? Because of self-pity. Sorry, because of pity and empathy. I am by far, I support women emancipation, by the way. I'm not saying no to women and anything. But in June, when there was movement for mental health, because June is a mental health month, I was like, I don't think you know how many young men are dealing with depression and anxiety because of not knowing who they are, what they're going to do with life, how they should behave in relationships. That's why there's so many violence cases, because guys don't even know how to deal with these things. They will get angry and the only solution they have in their head is just to beat up their wives or their girlfriends or their whoever they are with. You understand? That's why they're drinking so much, because they are stressed. They don't know what to do with their lives, you know? So when Ron asked me on radio and he's like, what do you tell a young girl or a young boy? I'm like, have you actually thought? I have never seen a men's conference. We hear about it. But there is no place where you find men sat down talking to each other. I get the part where they are supposed to say they're supposed to be men, supposed to figure it out, they're supposed to fight it through. I understand that, but they're human beings. And we as mothers at the same time are going to give birth to these boys. So are we going to leave them out because they are men? Have you thought about a kid between 9 years to 25 years? That age gap is the one that is taking drugs now, is taking a lot of alcohol, is doing the most random things because they don't know what to do with life. They're just there. Whereas young girls are in women conferences, entrepreneurship platforms. And I'm not saying guys are the problem or women are the problem, but I don't know if it's a main issue, not trying to initiate these things. I don't know. I'm going to get so much backlash on social media. I don't care. But I feel like we should also think about men, because I feel honestly they are left out. And I'm not a fan of men when it comes to other things. I really don't like them.
Yeah.
I really don't like them. But on the serious issue of self-discovery, character development, financial issues, marriage, what defines a human being? I feel like they're left out.
No, I really understand, and I like to agree with you on a lot of what you just said, because definitely you see a lot of like women. I think it's because men are held to this place where they're expected to do more. Like you have it all figured out. Like men, because
Exactly.
we like the head of the house or something like that. You must have everything figured out. But then we don't think that even those people that we look up to, like, we should have everything figured out. They need that support. They need that motive. They need that motivation. Like they need somebody to encourage each other. But I think it's the men themselves a problem, because we grew up, especially in Uganda, we grew up in a culture where, especially the Baganda, I'm a Muganda, I'm going to speak for the Baganda, I'm not going to speak for other tribes so people call me out. We grew up thinking that, oh, we are the men of the house. We want our wives to kneel down for us. We want all the authority. So we get comfortable. We're like, we got it all. But no, we don't. Like we put ourselves in a position like we got it all, and even if when we don't. So I think part of it is also to the men getting so comfortable and letting culture get into them so much. Because I've had this conversation on a podcast before with women and how relationships and stuff, and asked them that question. And you see these men on the comments, they're like, what does she offer? What does she bring to the table? What does she do? Even a man who cannot even change a light bulb, even a man who doesn't know how to change a car tire, even a man who can't do, he's on social media, what does he have to offer? Like, you can't even offer something yourself, but you're here busy on the social media.
You can't defend a man publicly. I know I'm going to get so much backlash.
No, I got you.
I'm going to get abused.
I get your perspective. And yeah, I mean, social media is always like that, but I'm always there I say what it is. Like, I'm a man, and when a woman says something that's actually true and you have facts to support it, I know the bro code and all that.
You just don't know how to defend a man publicly. Yeah, really. I cannot defend them publicly, but I'm talking about the young guys. Jokes aside, the young guys.
How can women play part in creating the balance so empowerment becomes a collective thing, not a one-sided?
I don't even know, because a man is not someone you just wake up and say, let's go to church. You have to go slowly, like you're telling a kid. Dress up. Can we please go? Let's go to this conference. It's a man is not someone you just bump into, especially if it's something about motivation. It's about safe spaces. It's about this. Women naturally love nurturing. So, and men are not built that way. So, I don't know if there's a specific woman role women can do to do that.
Because men won't listen.
I don't want to make a blunder here.
Because
I know exactly that they will not. Even me speaking here, they're going to kill me from all this.
No, they won't. I think I think you're right though. Like some men, and not every man. There are men there who would listen.
Not everyone.
Not every man. I would like to say I do listen, and I seek for help when I need it. But there's a tendency of men getting too comfortable. Like I said, when you think you got it all, and they feel like you're downplaying yourself to seek for advice or to seek for help from somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
it's never that way.
They feel like it takes it takes a lot from you until you're going to look less than of a man when you open
Less-
up
less of a man,
to seek
yeah.
for advice or ask somebody. But for me, I'm not like that. If something is making me better, I'm going to sit down and listen. But that's the part that we need to
I want to
do.
look out for it.
But it's hard to tell a man who has already put it in his head that he got everything figured out. He's a man. He's the leader of the house. He can just do whatever he wants. It gets harder, and I definitely understand.
Yeah.
But I do love that you brought this up because it's rare to hear a woman speaking about men's empowerment, and just like you said, in such a balanced, thoughtful. I know men have their other stuff that you talked about that you won't second them on that, but even bringing this up, you're right, and we can't talk about building stronger communities without including both sides and the expectation that we have.
Because when I was doing Beyond the Blueprint, everyone thought it was going to be a woman thing. I was like, no. Both people. Because I have friends of mine who reach out to me and still ask about business. And I'm like, and they're guys. And they don't feel ashamed to ask a girl.
Yeah.
Some of them are even quite older than me. And I'm like, if I'm to ever create a movement or a platform, I cannot do a woman thing. I cannot. Yeah.
And it's funny because my podcast, the Ugandan Boy Talk Show, I think I've had more women than men on this platform. Not because it's because I think they're open to come and share. Actually, men do not want to open up. Like, that's why it's been crazy to get the men
That's
to come
the
on the
thing.
podcast. They don't want
Yeah.
to open up. They don't want to.
Yeah.
And I understand because I'm like that too, except me, like I said, I'm different. I'm trying to get better. Like, I want to talk about these things, but getting men on this podcast, it's hard for them to just. Most men just want mostly the ones who want, they would just want to come. Hey, nina kayimba kange, njagala kateekayo ku ki," like things like that. But like having deep conversations about life and
Yeah.
how things are going. No, they don't want to. We're gonna do social media and personal branding. This is something that's important in entrepreneurship and just promoting yourself. You're very active on Instagram and TikTok. As someone who's built a decent, respected online brand, and like you said, people know you from
Yeah.
Instagram. What advice would you give to a younger entrepreneur on how to present themselves online?
First, I think they should get to know who they are as an individual, what they love to do. Besides the job, the entrepreneurship, the business that they're going to do, what are they themselves? How do I describe myself? Funny, comic. I'm outgoing, a bit friendly, but also introverted. So you discover yourself first. Then what you discover yourself, once you discover yourself like this, let me say the guys who are really into themselves, they love dressing up, they love to look smart, they smell nice, da 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 da. After you discovering yourself, it's what you put out there. Then the business comes in. I feel like it's first personality. Then after the personality, it wraps up with everything, with whatever you're going to do. Let's say business or personal branding or anything. So personal branding, honestly, for me, starts with self-discovery as an individual. You as an individual, who you are, what character do you want to portray to the public, how do you want to dress? Because me, I'm very strict. I am very strict with what I say, what I post, what I post. I don't even mean just on Instagram. On a WhatsApp status, I'm very strict with it because I have a very strict background. My family is very, very strong, and their beliefs, and there are certain things you can't do, So before you do anything on social media, who are you as an individual? Then what persona are you trying to send to the public?
Right.
So after that, the business comes in. I will talk about myself 10 times. I'm a fashion designer, so I'll definitely post my business. But beginning of everything, I have to make sure I'm decent. I have to make sure I look okay. I have to make sure I'm not embarrassing whoever is around me. Say family, siblings, friends, spouse. Speak well. Are you eloquent enough? You're not there and just embarrassing everyone,
Yeah.
Personal branding is as a big topic. I can't finish right now. But me, what I have done, you have to have a goal. What are you trying to communicate? You can be saying things, but you don't look the things. You can be looking the things, but you're not speaking that, Those are two different things. So you have to speak how you look like or what you're saying. You have to know what you're saying and look like the part. So don't put a funny picture explaining to people about, and you expect people to understand. Already I'm distracted, If I came here and my boobs were out, and you wouldn't be concentrating, You'd be like, hey, but Santina, So again, the personality you're putting out there, how you dress matters, how you speak matters, how you look matters, and what you are saying is also very important. You don't want to just be on social media and you're just speaking for.
And actually, that's crazy because when you're talking about that, you reminded me a time we had a conversation on Instagram with you, and we were talking about there was a moment when I was trying out some real thing where I had graphics and all that stuff, and we talked about it. You're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I like it," but it kind of comes off like distracting when somebody's trying to focus on that. And I took that advice, and I also saw it. I was like, "Yeah, this could like stuff
Oh, you
like
saw it?
that."
So it changed? So you removed the graphics part of it?
Yeah, so I stopped doing that because
Yeah.
I also noticed. I mean, people like it; it works for people, and that's why I was trying it because it's kind of like a trend. Like people are doing all these things. They have these rules.
Yeah,
I
people are
have
doing
like
it.
yeah, but then I've also learned like I can also create my own narrative. I don't have to do what everybody else is doing.
Yeah,
It's
you
always
don't have to
good.
do the other people.
It's always good to just have your own personal. And like I'm seeing a lot of people who
Yeah,
are
as a person,
yeah,
yeah.
a lot of people are telling me, "Hey, these other podcasts are doing this." Like, I appreciate it and it's really nice. I like it, but I'm also trying my own path. Like, I want to do this because that's how those people started what they're doing. They create their own, and what everybody's copying. So maybe somebody else will like what I'm doing, and then they do that. So we need to have the freedom of people to do for you to do something on your
Being
own.
yourself helps you a lot. That's a whole topic for another day. I feel like being yourself and knowing yourself and what you can do and what you can't do helps you to differentiate yourself from the rest. As a business owner, you talked about entrepreneurship and personal branding earlier, and I felt like I didn't answer it very well. Okay, I talked about the whole person and presentation matters. Yes, perfect. But also do everything, whatever you're doing, while you're being authentic at it.
Mhm.
You're not out here trying to outsmart the rest who have been here before. You're not here trying, and people can see when you're trying so much. People can tell when you're forcing it. So what has helped me is I am myself. I either don't know, I know. I am either trying or I'm not. I am either putting a funny outfit out there. You either see that's your business. So what am I doing? I am improving myself while being authentic at it. And I know where I come from. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to present to you. It just doesn't beat up yourself. Like you're not beating up yourself for not being yourself. Sorry. You're not beating up yourself for not trying to be yourself. That's what I wanted to communicate. Yeah.
And it's always like comes off nice. You don't put yourself on pressure to be
On
like
pressure,
somebody
like what
else.
I was
Like
talking about.
it
Yeah.
just has to be, and that's what kills people. Like when you try to put yourself this much force, I have to do this, I have to do this. It kills the passion.
And people are
that you
watching.
have.
People
Yeah.
can tell you are trying.
You mentioned Miss Uganda Popularity 2019. How did that experience prepare you for what you're doing right now? Like, I didn't know you're part of it till I was doing the research. And I was like, oh, she was. No, I mean, I knew because it was in your Instagram bio, but like I didn't know you're part. I've interviewed a lot of Miss Ugandas on here. People were just part of it, but I want to hear about your experience while you're in it.
I was 19. I was so young. I was not self-aware. I was very intimidated. I was very naive. I was all sorts of things young. Let me just categorize everything. Because you're young, you don't know anything. You're trying out a modeling thing, you don't know what it is. Is it modeling? Is it something else? You're trying to discover your career path. You're just there. The journey was really good for me because I later discovered that I wanted to be a fashion designer or public speaker, something else. The journey was good. It was just a little bit intimidating because as from the West, as from the first Muhima, and yeah, but otherwise I enjoyed it because I learned a lot, and I usually put it in my bio because I want people to. I'm not shy to talk about it. There are people who don't subscribe to it,
Yeah.
and there are people who like government officials have like my relatives have reached out and they're like, "You went for Miss Uganda? What? Why?" You know. I don't shy away because it has given me a beautiful big platform that I can reach out to anyone. I can go through this office. I can speak confidently. I can speak publicly. I can express myself. I cannot say no to such a thing, you know. So I am very proud that I went there.
It's a
Yeah.
good experience, and this is a lesson to like anything we do in our lives is part of our story. part of our journey and part of who we
Literally.
are. So
Yeah.
it's always good to do as much as you can because it helps to build the person you are today. Now here you're doing fashion because that helped you like realize that's something you wanted to do in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we wrap up, these are questions to wrap up the conversation. If you were to go back to your younger self before all the business and the pageant, what would you tell her?
I don't regret anything, but I'll tell her, continue being yourself and everyone else is taken.
That's a good one.
Continue being yourself. Everyone else will find you along the way, and be as selfish as possible to always choose the right thing for yourself. Always. The rest of the people will find you along the journey.
What do you want your legacy as an entrepreneur and a speaker to be?
That's nice. I feel like I would. What would my legacy look like if, God forbid, one day I ever leave? I would be like, I want someone's life to have changed because they watched my story.
Nice.
They started a business. They changed career. They started something in them that they didn't know they had. They started singing. They started acting. They started starting that job that you were scared of, to just build their confidence and know I'm doing this because Santina did. That's what I want my legacy to look like.
That is deep. That is deep, brother. And actually, it reminds me of a feedback. I love feedback. A lot of people, I don't know if people are bothered by it when I share a lot of feedbacks on my story because it means a lot to me when people say those things.
I find it's okay.
I love it.
No, it's okay.
There was
It's okay.
one lady who mentioned, I had her on the podcast. It's like, man, through your podcast, I was able to get this job as marketing for one company in Uganda. It was
That's nice.
like, you actually posted it on my feed. I was like, no, this is supposed to go on my feed because when I was starting this podcast in my bedroom,
nice.
that's a picture I had. That was a dream. Like to see it happen. Somebody got an opportunity through this podcast. It was immense, meant a lot to me. So that I really can relate to that, the legacy thing. But lastly, for someone out there thinking of starting their business, but they're scared to take the first step, what's the message for them?
Oh, I know what it feels because I'm also starting a new business now, so I know what it feels like. It can be really creepy. It can be really embarrassing, extremely embarrassing to post a business on WhatsApp and Instagram and social media in general. It's extremely embarrassing. It's extremely creepy. It's extremely, oh my goodness, nerve-wracking. You just don't know what to do. And now your business has to be on social media for it to thrive. It's a few businesses that are not on social media that don't thrive, but it's very hard now. You know, I will speak from a personal experience. The just start cliche word that I said even in my previous interview is I did it. And I'm not saying it because I'm being a motivational speaker. It is an actual start. Start that jewelry store. Start that big investment plan that you have. Because the people don't want to start small. The people who like to start big. And it's okay because you're looking at maybe the right investors, you know. It's scary, it's embarrassing, it needs a lot of courage, it needs a lot of faith, it needs a lot of prayer, it needs a lot of, starting anything new. But what has helped me is I always want to have a reason why I'm doing this. First is because I told myself, I know I come from a very humble family. I'm not going to be out here comfortably calling my dad for money, And I'm not saying I didn't have it, God forbid, but I'm saying I come from a humble family. So that pushed me to reach to an extent where I'm like, I cannot be, and I'm chilling with rich kids. So I am not here being underlooked or trying to be disrespected because I don't have what they have, So what would I tell them is to know yourself, know where you come from, the reason you're doing whatever you're about to start. If your why, and if anyone ever criticized you, always go back to the point of, why am I doing this? Because I give an example of this platform starting. I had very many creepy moments, and I post them on my Instagram. I'm very open with it. I was shy. My friends are gonna see it. My in-laws are gonna see it. My father-in-law is gonna see it. My dad, my mom, my uncles. Everyone around you is gonna see it, and they're gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" But because I used to tell myself why I'm starting it, who it's helping, between me and the other person, I know what it is doing. Does it get creepy? Yes. Does it get embarrassing? Yeah, I get. But I need to know why I'm doing it. So what do I tell them? Know yourself, know where you come from, know why you're doing it, If any criticism came along the way, you can hit it and be as authentic as possible. When you're broke, you are broke. No brainer on that. You're actually broke. Do not put yourself on pressure to be big anytime. Please be as patient as possible. Do a little bit of research of what business you're going to do. It can be juice making. It can be selling mangoes on the streets. It can be, I don't know, I'm speaking of the small things. The bigger things can always come in later, Do some little research. The capital that you need, it doesn't need to be a lot of money. Location also kind of matters. I didn't know those things. I wish I knew them now. Use social media to your best. You don't need to be a content creator to do the best content videos. Just put your phone in front of you and hide your face if you're shy and start content. There are like 5-10 advice things I would say. Be yourself. Know why you're doing it. Know where you come from. It's very important because that helps you not to force life, not to spend beyond your means, not to put your pressure on yourself. It has helped me, and I think I'm still living through it. I'm not here trying to get a trip in Zanzibar out of nowhere, out of my business money. When I don't have it, I'm like broke like hell, So that helps. Start as small as possible. Be authentic while doing it. And along the way, you will get the best clients for your business. You don't even know where they're going to come from.
That is right.
But because you're publicly telling your story and publicly embarrassing yourself while starting, you will appreciate those beginnings because they are very beautiful. Yeah, the no's are many. Your friends not supporting you. Your family members are not supporting you because they don't believe in what you're doing.
Exactly.
And it's okay. Those times are going to come. They usually hit, but you just need to know why I'm doing this. What am I solving? Poverty. I also want money, So yeah, you keep on, stay grounded, know your reason why, continue doing what you're doing. And the God of God never lies. He always comes through. And know God, pray about your business. Tithe, it's also very important. I would spend the whole day talking about starting, but start.
That is actually
Bubble.
really, really good that you talk about that because I know you're talking about people starting businesses, but when you're saying that, I was reflecting about my podcast too. Like, I just started.
Yeah.
Just do it. People are not going to support you. People are going to think it's dumb. I go back and listen to my episodes that I did like 2 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I put this out on the internet. Oh my God, I can't believe this is out there.
Yeah, it's
Oh my God.
embarrassing, I know.
Like, and I look at my
it's so
100 people that
creepy.
watched it. I was like, I wonder what they were thinking when they were watching this.
So cringe.
It's like,
I
but
know. They can be cringe moments, trust me.
It makes you appreciate. You
But
say that's the
don't
one.
you appreciate
Yeah,
it? Yes,
that's the one you say,
you
like,
do
it makes you
appreciate it.
appreciate
The
it.
designs I have posted 2 years ago that I'm still posting, and I'm like, I don't like it, but like, let's just post it anyway. It's because I'm still learning. I don't want to put myself on pressure. Oh my God, perfect. I don't care the expectation you have of me as Santina, as the brand. I don't care. But as long as I know what I'm doing, chechutufu, and at the right time,
Yeah.
I am not putting myself there. I'm not doing that. Yeah.
We're gonna wrap up with a final fun segment that is called
Yeah.
Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is where I
Okay.
ask you a question. You give me the first answer that comes to your head.
Okay.
I'm not saying this is the right answer for the people listening, so don't take it as advice. It's just a fun segment. Just listen to it, enjoy it, and have fun with it. This is not advice.
Okay.
But it's also not, they're not, I just give that disclaimer because you never know what somebody interprets it to. But like, these are not any
That's
questions
true.
to like for advice or anything. What's your favorite quote or Bible verse right now?
My favorite quote of all time. I watched it on a podcast. Warren Buffett is the one who said it. He said, "You are one decision away from changing your life." Do you want me to explain it?
You don't have to.
Okay, cool. You're one decision away from changing your life. Perfect. That's it. Like, you can do anything when you make a decision on it. Yeah.
A businesswoman that inspires you.
At the moment, Emma Grid.
Your dream collaboration.
It's so funny. But Kimberly Kardashian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
One word your friends use to describe you.
Oh, go get her.
Okay, so yeah, I see that. I see that you never settle. Like you're always on the move. You're always trying to create something.
Yeah.
What's next after Beyond the Blueprint?
The fashion magazine.
Ooh, let's go. Santina, thank you very much. So much for finally.
Santina Fashion Magazine.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I forgot.
Santina Fashion Magazine. Santina, thank you so much for finally making this happen. Your story is such a reminder that purpose and faith can coexist beautifully in business. I cannot wait to see Beyond the Blueprint impact lives like in this November.
Yeah.
And to everyone that's following or has been listening to this podcast, follow SantinaUG and Beyond the Blueprint on Instagram. We're going to put the links in the description. If you enjoy this episode, make sure you share it with a friend who needs a push to chase their dreams, just like Santina said. And until next time, this has been the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. I'm your host, Bonnie Chibuka, who will bring you real stories, real impact, and real inspiration. Santina, woohoo! Is there any final word you want to say to the people before our cameras go off?
Oh, okay. I don't know if I have, but thank you for listening. Again, Santina, I'm a fashion designer, entrepreneur. Yeah, call me all those things. And most importantly, don't forget to always pray. Reach out to God. He's the best. Chase that dream. Do not get embarrassed about it. Feel the cringe moments, but act on it. Chase the action. Chase the bag. And everyone will find you along the way. Please be selfish.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
But before you say bye to them, I forgot my final three. I have final three that I do. It's a one answer question.
It's okay.
What's a life lesson you've learned in life to this point?
Is to know God more and be selfish.
What gets you excited about life?
The moment that I wake up every morning, that I give thanks to God. Yeah.
The signature question, who would you like to see on this podcast next as a guest? And you're going to help me bring that person in that chair. Let's go. You know a lot of people. Only celeb, so that should be easy.
Celeb. I should start singing so that I fit in that category of celebrities.
You should start singing.
Actually, I love to sing.
That's crazy. You know what's funny though? Like as you think, it's funny. Like in Uganda, abantu abasinga we all know like baselebo baba bayimbi boka. Like we've grown up like that. Like most celebrities we have are just bayimbi. It's funny, but you're a celeb. Only celeb.
I'm not. I'm a child of God. But which person should you be here? Should be here an entrepreneur. Let me just run to entrepreneurship. Who? The next person. I should help you to bring them here.
Yeah.
Oh, give me a minute. Tugume, Serene Tugume. Yes. Yes, she's a makeup artist. She's a genius. Yeah, I don't know how even her name has dropped, but yeah, I would want to hear her speak because I want to host her in my next event.
That would be amazing. Hey there, my name is Bonnie Chibuka, the podcast host of the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave a feedback on this podcast because that's how we grow. Thank you very much and be blessed.
Hi guys, my name is Anshemeza Santina Akampa and I've been hosted on the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. We've talked about entrepreneurship, we've talked about life, we've talked about everything. I don't want you to miss. Please go on our YouTube channel and watch this episode with so much love and joy. Bye.
That's perfect. Look at you, girl, content creator.
Yeah.
What is it? Take 26.
This is Sawola.
Take 26. Cut.
Check number when I constant content creation. I cannot. You know that video that I recorded and put it on my Instagram that had factory setups and all those
yeah,
things?
that one. It was good. It was
when
really
I
dope.
was speaking. Oh, you liked it.
I shared it. I shared it on my story and tagged you, I think.
You actually shared it on your story?
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks. So, are we still in the interview?
No, we're done now. We're just gossiping.
No, okay, we're just gossiping. Okay. The thing with that
Video.
that interview, that thing, yeah. So I had this plan of how best can I explain what Beyond the Blueprint actually means. Because it's all just in the Mugamba, abantu Beyond the Blueprint, beyond entrepreneurs. I tell you, there are so many entrepreneurship platforms, you know. But I wanted mine to be slightly unique, you know. When you meet up in physically with these entrepreneurs, you can as well watch their stories and their workspaces behind the scenes of how these products are actually produced. So, nongamba, recording a video, ngandaga exactly what I'm trying to talk about. I have to live by example, by not just verbally talking about it. But where content creation is hard, recording that video when I was I remember I went to the makeup artist, did my makeup, hair, everything was okay, you know.
You were sweating.
The moment they put the camera in front of me, we started at 11, finished at 6. Yo. They say cut, and I'm start, hi guys, my name is small. Then I start crying. I'm like, guys, I can't do this anymore. Shout out to all content creators. I swear you guys are the real deal. No cap on that. Like, I respect you guys because I cried at the end.
Really?
My eyes were red.
Wow.
That's why we had to fix in some parts in that video.
It came out really good. I know the struggle.
It came out so perfectly.
Like, nekaza one, I can do this podcast, but if they change seats, sometimes I
My
feel like
dear,
my
it gets old. I can only imagine. So like, you just not sitting here. I was like, oh, what am I gonna say now? But then thank God, I am very besotted with what I do. So I was like, okay, I'll talk about anything I do.
It was funny because in the middle of the conversation in Gamba, it's hard for me to take you serious. Can you not take That was funny. I think in that
because we started it up, so
in that that was funny.
People are going to think you're not serious, but now.
Anyway, they're gonna take you some pictures in the studio.
Okay, cool.
You'll take the headphones out now, and then okay. So then they'll take some with the microphone and some without. I'll use those to share those.
Hi guys, my name is Anshemeza Santina Akampa. I am a fashion designer and I have been hosted at the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Next, I'm going to repeat it. But the name all, I'm supposed to be talking very well. Okay. Like a serious CEO. Anyway. Maze. Hi guys, my name is Santina and I have been hosted at the art. Do they say art or on? I feel like it's on.
On, yeah.
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Santina and I've been hosted on the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. We've talked about entrepreneurship, talked about family, life, and everything. Please, I can't wait to again. It's the last shot. I swear to God.
We have time.
Okay, Maze. Okay. Hi guys, my name is Santina and I've been hosted on the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. We've talked about entrepreneurship, we've talked about life in general. Please don't fail. What am I supposed to say at the end? Please tune in.
Yeah, please tune in.
Okay, cool. Hi guys, my name is Anshemeza Santina Akampa and I have been hosted on the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. We've talked about entrepreneurship and life in general. Please don't fail to tune in and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please watch this episode with so much love. Bye. Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I've started. Let me do a perfect short shot.
Okay.
Okay.